Hi everyone. So today I'm going to share with you. Please, I want you to sit and listen to this story. I'm going to share with you how I lost almost 500k, or rather 500k from a bank mistake. You know how Nigerian commercial banks can be, and I've been banking with this particular bank for a very long time. In fact, during my NYSC was when I opened that very bank. And since then, I've been noticing I've been having one error or one issue or the other, but I've been ignoring it. Then, until this particular day, I went to the bank after having a transaction. Then I left. The transaction I made was just a small money, just to keep up. Then I left. Then, while I was still around the premises somewhere at the mall, it wasn't long, maybe 10 minutes or thereabouts, I received a debit alert. And before I left, there was this guy that came, that was standing at my back with a check. So after I left, the person who attended to me started attending to the guy. So I noticed maybe it could be where the error was made from. Then when I received that debit alert, I quickly ran back to the bank. Then on getting there, thank God, the guy who attended to me recognized me almost immediately. He was like, why are you here again? I was like, sorry, I just received this amount, this debit from my bank. What happened? I did not withdraw this. And he was like, let him see. When I showed him, I think he realized immediately, like, he has made a mistake. And thank God he realized he made a mistake, because the thing is that what about if he said he wasn't the one? Because that he has made a mistake. And my fear was that what about if he never realized that he made a mistake? Then he asked his neighbor to pass him a check, which the guy gave to him, and he looked at it and realized that he debited my account, then credited the guy, and he was like, okay, that he will fix it, I can go. I'm like, I can go where? Oga, please sort out this issue. So while I was still talking to him, there was this elderly man beside me. He was hearing what we were saying, and he was like, this is a criminal offense and I need to report the issue. And the guy was even giving face like anybody can make mistake, but why will you tell me to go, that you fix it, something that is your problem that you were meant to solve almost immediately? You are telling me to go. And he wasn't even being so remorseful about it. And another thing dawned on me, that what about if I never received that debit alert? Imagine maybe if I wasn't receiving a debit alert, if I didn't get that alert, if I've already gone out from that premises, because God knows that where the bank was, if I wasn't there that particular day, anything that made me leave that place, it would have been another week, maybe probably when I'll be off or something, to go and fix it. So I was just going through all this and like, what if I was never around the premises, or what if I never got this alert? Who would I bear the consequences? So I think banks really need to be because they really need to be very careful. I know, yes, sometimes the pressure of job can be choking and all that, but crediting somebody, my own was even that, how come you didn't close my profile after you finish attending to me? How come you never closed my profile? That means you left my profile open. And again, this guy offered you a check. I thought maybe when you are being offered a check, you'll be asked to bring your identification. So does it mean that he didn't check the person's identity, and even ID card, like he didn't check the person's identity? You were looking at my profile and you were crediting somebody from my profile, you know and I said I wasn't going anywhere, that he has to fix it immediately. So I was there and all that, and he, you know fix the problem, and that was how I left. A lot of things kept on coming to my mind that what about if I never received that alert? What would have happened? Like, what would have happened? Because most times these people make mistake and they try to blame you. Because even when I went back, he was like, don't I use do I have ATM? He was trying to like cut it off, like it's not his mistake, looking for who to blame it on. I'm like, you have my profile, you can see that I've never applied for a card, a debit card, and I don't even use internet banking. I don't use USDT code for this very account. So coming to pretend like asking me those questions is just a way to like remove yourself from the whole situation, which I was remove himself from the whole thing, and I was really really angry. And another question I kept asking was the question of what if. I kept asking myself, what if I never received that alert? What if I wasn't even around that premises and all that? What would have happened? Because the truth is that with the way he was attending to people, those people, those cashiers, they attend to maybe close to 50 to 100 people, depending on how busy the area or the branch might be. He might not have remembered, and the truth is that nobody would have just remembered what happened. How can you just remove 500k from somebody's account? And like I said earlier, I thought maybe when trying to credit and debit somebody, you have a means of identification. You have either your BVM, you have it, or your thumbprint. Because most times when I go to the bank, especially when I want to make transfer, they will always tell me to do a thumbprint. So does it mean that you were doing all those things right on my profile? I really feel so bad. I feel so bad because nobody would have helped me. Maybe if such thing happened and I come out to rant, people would have just say I'm chasing clout. But a lot of things like this are happening every day. Nobody is even taking responsibility for it. So today I'm just trying to share my story because let's all be careful. This might happen to you. If you notice any transaction that you did not make, if you notice any transaction that you did not authorize, and you don't use a debit card, you don't use a debit card, you don't have an app for it. Even if you have those things, at least before you do such, you have to you will definitely know what you're doing. I noticed that banks have been removing little money, from my account. And I remember this same bank, I went to the bank one day and they told me that my account was sealed. I'm like, sealed? I don't understand. Am I a politician? Is it this small 5k or gen 2k that is entering my account that you people are seeing my account for? And nobody gave me any reason for that, because that account is just more like my savings account. Do you get? So I don't really use it for everyday transaction, unless maybe when I have one need for something, I will just go there and withdraw money. So maybe because they notice that I don't use it every day, they use it for their personal business, which is very bad. Because I have my BVN, I have my NIN, I even have international passport. I have all the requirements, all the necessary identification that is needed, and they were telling me that my account is sealed, I'll be locked. Sometimes I really don't understand what is going on with all these commercial banks. They like frustrating somebody. Even as at today, I still have a problem of debit alert of 10k, which I've not still gone to the bank, because someone needs to account that for me. Why would they be charging me a ridiculous amount? Or do they think I am no more? Do they think maybe I don't buy? Let me use that language. Do they think I don't buy that they are using my account anyhow? As I'm here, the kind of money I'm looking for is all those kind of federal government money. Let them be putting it in my account. Yes, they don't make such mistake like that. Can't they put like 1 billion inside my account and say it's a mistake? But they'll be withdrawing the urgent 2k that I'm managing to save. Please, this might happen to you. If you notice any unauthorized transaction that you do not make within all these commercial bank, please don't hesitate. Thank you. I want you to engage with this video. Please watch it and learn, and let me hear a comment if this kind of thing has happened to you and how you were able to solve it. This might actually help somebody. So I'll see you next time. Have a nice day. Bye.